Hey guys, TazManiaAhmed and welcome to this new podcast I've created today, and it's called TMACAST. I'm here with my first ever guest on the show, and that is my younger brother, Ahmed.
I'm very grateful to have the opportunity to be on this brand new podcast, TMACAST. So thank you very much.
It's very good to have you here. So Tarif, why don't you tell the viewers a bit more about yourself?
Well, I'm currently 15. I might not look it, but I'm 15 and I'm in year 10 at Mayfield School.
Cool. That's also Mayfield School is also the school I went to when I was younger, so there's a lot of memories there. But this podcast is more about knowing Tarif and the kind of stuff he does outside of school, because I know recently when I've come back here, you've been doing a lot in terms of like drop shipping. So you've got your own like side hustle going on, just like I got my YouTube channel as well. So why don't you tell us a bit more about yourself? Like, what do you do outside of school?
Yes, that's true. So I'm interested in like economics and finance and business in general. So I like numbers. In college, I'm planning to do economics, business studies, and maths. So I have an interest in business, I've sort of started my own little business where I make some money. So it's a pretty simple principle. I get in items for cheap and I sell them online for more.
So I think if you guys don't know, this is actually what dropshipping is. So if you just want to say what dropshipping is in a more, maybe in a more clear way.
So dropshipping is where you get items from a country where they produce it for cheap, for example China, and then you ship it on, and then you have a listing online. People buy it from there, and then the item is then delivered directly to the consumer. That way, it's minimal work for you, and you keep the profits.
And how is that going for you? Are you enjoying it so far? Are you finding it hard to like balance school and dropshipping, or is it all about like time management, or how are you coping?
I think it's going quite well, I guess. I personally like always being productive, so I don't like just sitting around. So after school, if I have something to do which can help me out, make some money, it's good for me. So doing this little business model helps me out. And it's not too much work, so it's a light amount of work that I can do as a 15-year-old. So I'm pretty sure any one of your viewers can also do it.
That's true. So as you mentioned, you are 15, so you do have your GCSEs coming up next year, right? So do you plan on carrying on the business during your GCSEs, or are you going to take a break, or have you not thought that far yet?
I do plan on carrying out the business, but I have thought of outsourcing work towards other people. That way I give a certain amount, like for something small, like £5-10 a week, and they manage all the posting, because my dropshipping method isn't the traditional method where the supplier directly delivers to the consumer and I actually have to do the delivery for the consumer.
Okay, that's very interesting. So you just mentioned, I heard about outsourcing your tasks.
Yes.
So who do you have in mind for that? Do you have like close friends, or is there someone you trust? Because I can imagine like if you were to give someone your package, they could take it. They may not sell it. They could do all sorts of stuff. So just want to know a bit more about that.
That's a good question, because trust is really important. I can't just be giving some random person products that I sell. Could be high quantities of high value products. So I'll probably find someone I trust, someone that lives local, so that it's easier to contact, etc. And just so if they're looking for it, because I'm all about being ethical. If they need the money, and I'll be willing to help them out by giving them an opportunity.
I don't think that's the right word though, ethical. Tarif. I think that's the wrong word you used, but I guess you're still young. Okay.
Helping out the community.
Helping out the community, helping others that are in need. Remember that, YouTube. Whenever you can, help someone and give back. It's very important. So Tarif, you mentioned you're going into your final year of school as well, and you got this side hustle.
Yeah.
So what are like some of the key lessons you've learnt so far from dropshipping? And what would you say you wished you knew before you started?
Well, one of the main things I learned was that anything can happen. So it was just a normal day. We were getting like 1-2 sales a day, and then I come home from school, my phone's just full of notifications. I think we got 11 sales just in the space of 6-7 hours, and so that was the day we really kicked off. And marketing is also really important, as that's how you get sales. You want to market your products properly, otherwise you won't get any sales, and without sales you don't get any money. So make sure your marketing is key.
Okay, that's very interesting. So you mentioned about marketing. So what type of like marketing techniques have you been using? Have you been using like Instagram or Facebook, or what's been your main marketing
Well, there's lots of different forms of marketing. You can watch loads of different webinars, courses on them. But like, I am thinking of maybe running a Shopify store where I can use the traditional dropshipping method. But as of yet, I haven't done that, as I've been doing studies, etc., catching up on coursework. But yes, when I expand into a Shopify store, I'll be running Facebook ads, as they're really efficient and can get many leads and a high reach, as is what, over 3 billion people using Facebook, or a crazy fact like that, and 83% of the people around me will be using social media. So if I want to get customers and audience, I should use social media marketing.
So are you using any at the moment, or?
At the moment, I'm just using a way of using eBay to promote my listings, but it's a specific way, and I won't go into too much details as I can't be revealing my trade secrets.
Trade secrets, yeah?
Yeah, trade secrets.
Okay,
it's really great because like within 3 weeks of it, I've got over like 4,000 or 5,000 views on my products.
Yeah, okay, that's very interesting. So you mentioned about Facebook. Well, I was thinking maybe because in the current market, in the current way, like the current trends, Instagram is more popular than Facebook.
Yeah.
So would you say maybe making an Instagram page where you have all your products? Because I know on Instagram now you can have your own shop platform. So where when people click on your post, they can click on the actual product,
buy straight from there.
Go directly to your eBay listing.
The word Facebook ad is actually quite misused because Facebook actually owns Instagram. Many people don't actually know that. So when I talk about Facebook ads, they have Instagram. So Facebook ads work with Instagram ads, which give the reach.
So in terms of the future, you mentioned you want to carry on doing this. You open a Shopify account. So would there be other products you'd be interested in selling as well? Because I know you're currently selling AirPods and iPhone 11 screens. Would there be something else you would particularly like to sell as well?
I haven't actually thought of anything in mind, but if there's any ideas, I'll do some research, find out the profitability of them, as that's important. Finance, really important, and I'll see if they're any good, and then I'll list them. But currently, the iPhone 10 screens, they won't exactly be good for a Shopify store.
Why is that?
Because that's a very niche product. Not everyone's going to have an iPhone 10, yet alone a broken iPhone 10 screen, and have the expertise to fix an iPhone 10 screen. So it's quite targeted.
Okay, that's very interesting. So you mentioned that your current customer market is very niche.
Yes.
So in the future, are you going to try broaden it, or are you going to keep trying to target the niche markets?
I'll have different products for breaking different markets. So I have some products targeting smaller audiences, more niche products, like the iPhone 10 screens. We have really competitive prices that people can't beat, so that's why they come to us instead of any other people.
Yeah.
But like other products, like the AirPods, everyone can have them, and so that's more wider target. So that also brings in probably more sales.
Because so you've got your two products at the moment, the AirPods and the iPhone screens.
Yeah.
So am I right to think the AirPods are having more sales than the
They are having
iPhone
more sales,
screens?
yes.
Just because I guess a lot more people can use them.
Yes.
Because all you need is Bluetooth connection on your phone.
Yes. However, that market is also rather saturated, and loads of other people are inside it. So it's quite hard to get in and capitalise in that market.
Okay, that's very interesting. Okay, so what would you say is driving you, like every day when you wake up? What drive do you have? What's motivating you to carry on dropshipping?
Well, I just want.
Don't say the money.
It's not the money, but I want just to have a good life in the future. And if I put in the work now, whilst everyone else is slacking, I can build up on myself, build some wealth, get my own skills up, and in that way I'll be ready for the future and whatever the future has for me. So I want to be ready for the future.
Okay, so that's very interesting, because I remember when I was at your age, I didn't have a clue what dropshipping was. Like, I don't think dropshipping existed back then. But now you're what, 15?
15, yeah.
15, and you're already dropshipping. You're doing all these things, doing all these different activities, being proactive.
Yeah.
So I think that's something different with these newer generations, because they're being exposed to all these different technologies, which someone like me, I didn't have when I was 15. Like, I didn't even have a phone. Like, you guys remember when I was recording videos back in the days, I was using some T-Mobile phone. So you can see how far technology has come, and it's only constantly going to grow. So I think what you're doing is really good, and I think you should keep going.
Yeah, thank you for the motivation.
So in terms of just one thing I didn't ask you as well, like how did this start? Like this couldn't have just happened. Like what happened? Like, how did you get into this?
Well,
What's the backstory? Because in every amazing business, there's always a story that happens.
I've always had a sense of enterprise in me, and I've always wanted to be like a businessman and an entrepreneur. So in year 9 last year, me and a group of friends entered an enterprise competition run by Faith in Football, which is where we started our own business and donated our profits to charity, again being ethical and caring for others. And we had some mobile phone cases. I was then in contact with a mobile phone shop nearby that also sold products, and then from there we built an ongoing relationship where we now dropship together.
Okay, so that's very interesting. So it's the same supplier from year 9
Yes.
who you're in contact with now for the dropshipping?
Yes.
So would you say that shows the importance of keeping in touch and having connections with people that you meet, because you never know when they may come in and be helpful?
Having connections is really useful. Like back in year 9, we also contacted Penny Mordaunt, our local MP, and in year 10 we've also entered another enterprise competition called Tycoon, run by Peter Jones, the guy from Dragon's Den, and he's given us a grant money of £420 to run our own business. And with that, we've also again contacted Penny Mordaunt and her secretary, and we think we've received 2 letters, 2 with the parliamentary seal, 1 without, and we have good connections with her and many other people, and this will be useful for our business.
Okay, that's very interesting. So you even have like government support as well from
Yeah,
a local MP. So am I right to believe that you voted for Penny in the local elections? If you were old enough.
If I was able to, I would wholeheartedly vote for Penny and the Conservative Party.
Okay, every man for himself. Everyone has their own opinion. Yeah. Okay, that's very interesting. Very interesting.
And like Penny Mordaunt, she's been the MP for Portsmouth North for 9 years. She's been the Secretary of State, the Defence Secretary, and has had many prestigious titles. So it's great to have 2 letters with the Parliament.
So have you actually met her yet then? Or?
I have met her.
Oh, you have met her? Okay, how was that?
This was a long time before all of this, but it was in actually the House of Parliament. I went there as a school trip, and she was also there.
Okay, did she know your name, or?
No, she didn't. But
do you think she knows you now?
Yeah, I think she might.
You think she does?
Yeah.
She'll recognise you.
If we could, we were going to have a meeting with her once, but that ended up getting cancelled because she ended up having other things to do.
Okay, what was the meeting going to be about? Would it be about your project?
Yeah, it's going to be talking about our year 9 project, talking about what we're doing, how she can help, etc.
Okay, that's really good. So in terms of outside of dropshipping in school, what else do you like to do? Because I imagine, like, when I was a kid, I remember when I was Tarif's age, all I'd do, play football, play FIFA Ultimate Team, just relax, that was it. And maybe make some YouTube videos here and there. So what else do you do in your...
So, like, I like being productive. So, like, I try doing research on different stuff, like economics. I'm into that, so I watch videos, learn about different countries, different policies, etc. So I also have a keen interest in politics.
Okay, so can you tell us about a country policy? Give us one.
So I recently watched videos on tax havens and how the Netherlands have a 0% tax on intellectual properties. So if you have any IPs and you register in Netherlands, you'll get them for free. And then with that, you can then send your business's income tax to Ireland, or another form of tax to Ireland, where it's also 0%.
I think Dubai is also 0%, right?
0%, yeah, but there's other taxes that increase. But like registered businesses like Google, which YouTube is run by, is registered in Ireland, which you might not know.
Yeah, because I think Facebook do have their headquarters there as well. Google have the European headquarters in Dublin, Ireland as well.
Because it's a tax haven, which
very
is unethical.
Very interesting. So is that something you do in the future?
Well, being in tax haven?
Yeah.
Never know.
Well, I mean, you just mentioned like earlier, like twice, you're a very ethical man, and now can't just go behind
Can't-
back behind
yeah.
your word like that.
Let's see what the future holds. See what the United Kingdom, because they have a great economy, one of the most stable economies in the world.
Stable, really, at this moment of time.
Maybe not at this moment, but this is again. Last night, in fact, I was watching the video on the United Kingdom's economy, and this has the most. It's the most stable market. All averages from around the world are based off the United Kingdom's economics. So that's why many businesses, we don't have the lowest taxes, but how are we the second largest financial city in the world after New York? What have we got that's special? We don't have really low taxes. We're just a small rock in the island.
Yeah.
A small rock. So, but it's because we have the stability from our colonial days.
Okay, that's interesting. That's a very interesting point you make there. So you mentioned about the Netherlands and having IP tax-free.
Intellectual property tax-free.
Tax-free. So I know that if you were to create like a business, you'd have to intellectual property protect some of your own products.
Yeah.
So would that be something you'd be doing? Would you be?
Well, the whole basis of the thing was like, if you trade in United States, you'd open another business in Netherlands, in which you lease out the IP to the ones in the United States. That way, any usage of the IP in the United States, the income goes to Netherlands, where you don't pay any taxes there. And I'd probably like to patent any of my ideas. If I think of anything really good, I'd patent it, and I'd lease out the patents to other people.
In Netherlands?
Not in Netherlands. Because Netherlands will probably cancel this by the time, because people know about this now, and it won't last. It'll give a bad reputation, bad PR to Netherlands, so they're going to be forced to change.
Do you think that? Really?
Maybe, yeah. Because
does that not bring in more exposure to the country, more businesses by having that?
But overall, other countries get unhappy with Netherlands and will force them to change eventually.
Okay, it's very interesting.
But Netherlands is one of it's the largest tax haven, but no one really knows about Netherlands being a tax haven. Everyone thinks of like the British Virgin Islands and other smaller isles like that.
Yeah, I didn't actually know that before today actually, so thank you for that piece of knowledge.
Yeah, it's really useful being proactive, find out a lot about different stuff.
So in terms of other extracurricular activities, are you into any like sports, or do you go to any clubs?
I do boxing. I try to twice a week, but sometimes I can't due to other commitments. For example, dropshipping, etc. Keeping up to schoolwork, because staying in school is really important as well. You can't be dropping that.
Yeah, so that's very interesting you mentioned that, because you mentioned earlier about your time management and that you're very good at it, but it seems here you're struggling to fit in boxing into your schedule.
Boxing is just more of a hobby. It's not needed. I'm still living my life completely fine without boxing. I didn't go yesterday, which was a Wednesday, which was a boxing day. I didn't go, but my life's still fine. It's just if I have extra time, I'll go and just work on my physical body.
Yeah.
Because not only like.
But do you not think it's important to keep your physical self in shape as well? Because
it is important.
Missing these, because I haven't heard that you do any other activities like physical apart from boxing. So I was just questioning that.
You always got to. The saying is health over wealth. You got to put more importance on your health over your wealth.
But it seems like at the moment, because of your commitment to dropshipping, you've forgotten about the boxing. And you didn't attend yesterday. So, just trying to get over your health over wealth quote, which I don't think you're doing at the moment.
Well, it's not exactly important for me to do boxing. I deem myself as physically fit. I'm not overweight anymore. And so I'd say I'm completely fine. If I want to build muscle in the future, I'd do it. But currently, I'm happy with how I am.
You made another very good point there. You used to be overweight, so
I used to be.
Tell us a bit more about how it was to be overweight and your journey to become thin now. Because this guy, he's taller than me as well now, and he's lost a lot of weight. So congratulations there. So just tell us about a bit more about.
Slide a picture of me afterwards.
I don't want to slide a picture. No, we don't.
A bit scary.
Yeah.
No one.
You don't want to see that.
Well, the really interesting thing is that I probably started losing weight around like year 7, 8-ish, and for the last 3 years, my weight's been fluctuating around the same. I haven't lost major weight, I haven't gained major weight. So something I'm not sure if I should be proud of or not, because I haven't gained weight or lost weight. I've just been fluctuating around the same level this whole time.
You've plateaued.
Plateaued.
But do you think that's down to your height? Because you're obviously like, how tall are you? Like 6 foot?
6'1", I think.
Yeah, you're 6'1", and obviously he's taller than me. He's like good, solid couple of inches taller than me. So I think having the height has made you slim down.
Yeah, maybe.
Because your body just needs to use that fat you used to have to grow in terms of height.
Yeah. Something you can't explain.
Exactly. So in terms of you coming to this shape now, are you happier now, or were you happier when you were overweight and chubby? Like, has it made a difference in your mood and like how you feel?
I'm not one for like massive emotional feelings, but I think I've relatively felt the same. Well, I'm not. That's a good question to ask, because back then I was different, and now I've grown up, changed. I'm a changed man now, so the variables aren't the same.
So what do you think changed?
It's not a fair test.
What do you think changed within you? So you're only 15, so you're still technically still a child.
Still a child.
So what's different from this 15-year-old child to the one that was like 10?
I believe I'm more mature. I've understood the world a lot more. Back when I was 10, I was probably more like, oh, let's play some games. But now, I don't think games are just productive. I'd rather be more productive than outright playing games for the laugh.
So what made you have this like productive mindset? Like, when did this change happen? The click. What point in your life was it?
I think it's just happened over time, where I've just got bored of everything, and I'm like, I need to do something for myself, do something for my future, because everything now is playing games. It won't last. But if I start making wealth, invest in different things, that'll last throughout my whole lifetime, and will benefit me a lot more than just playing a few games now.
So is this something common within your age group, or would you say you're a bit like an anomaly? Because I remember at 15, I used to love playing FIFA.
I think it is quite an anomaly, to be fair, because many people my age still just playing games.
Imagine I play Fortnite, yeah.
Yeah, going out like every day, spending money. I try to keep my costs low. It's just irrelevant. Spending like £6 a day buying drinks. I'm fine with what I have at home.
Yeah.
But you just have to be content with life, and that's how you start going forward. Be happy with what you have. Be content. Don't keep asking for more. You get rid of your wants and only focus on your needs, and that's how you progress in life.
Okay, it's very interesting. Very interesting point there. We can make that into a little segment for you to have a clip of. So that's interesting. So in terms of the future, what are your plans? Are you any plans at the moment?
Well,
in general, like.
Said beforehand, in college I'll probably do maths, economics and business, and then I'll go to uni, get a degree in probably economics, and
Do you know economics is a tough degree?
It's a tough degree, but I'm willing to do it.
And are you planning to do it in Portsmouth, or are you looking to move out, or different country?
Portsmouth actually has one of the highest ranking universities for economics. But
what number is it?
I think it's 11th.
11th
or 8th, which is one rather high.
Yeah.
Maybe even 3rd, or was that? But it's rather irrelevant. But I try to go to London, London School of Economics, if that's possible, because it's one of the most prestigious economic.
Big up LSE. No, I don't. I'm UCL, don't worry.
Maybe even UCL, because they have good economics.
Yeah, UCL have very good economics course.
I think it's like 4th, 5th as well.
Yeah, but it's very hard to get into. I think you need A star, A or something. So that means you're going to have to...
If that's what I need, that's what I'll try and get.
You're going to have to smash it in college.
Smash it in college, that's the plan.
So what's your... Alright, I think we should come to a closing. It's been talking for a while. It's my first ever podcast as well. So guys, if you've enjoyed this podcast, if you've enjoyed learning about Tarif and his experiences in life, from dropshipping to school to sports to his mindset, then be sure to comment below and let us know that you've enjoyed it. And obviously, one other thing, as you can see, I'm wearing CDGU, Tarif's wearing CDGU. The merch is in the description below. There is a link to my page on Teespring, where you can buy the merch from. So yeah, go do that. So Tarif, I just want to wrap things up now. I think we've been talking. Yeah. It's been a very good, interesting conversation with you. Because because this is a new podcast
Yeah.
called TMACAST, I just want a different way to end things. So I'm going to ask all my guests to give 3 pieces of important lessons they've learned, and maybe link them to some sort of advice you can give to the people. So what are the 3 most important lessons you've learned since day one that have impacted your life?
I think I've went through them. Be happy with what you have.
So this is number 1.
Number 1, be content with what you have. Be happy. It's the way to go forward. And number 2 is eliminate your wants and focus on your needs. And number 3 is just try to be productive. This is just from me. You don't have to, but I find it easier when I'm productive. I'm more happy. When I'm lazing around, I just get frustrated at myself for not doing anything. I'd rather do something and be happy rather than just sit around. But that might just be me with my proactive mindset. I always having to do something. I hate just sitting alone, not doing anything. Have to always be doing something.
Just one thing I want to add on to. So I guess I can imagine there's a lot of people out there who have this kind of that lazy mindset. They just want to sit down and don't do anything. So you have this proactive mindset.
Yeah.
How would you go about helping them change their mindset into having one like yours?
Well, the thing is, as most people don't actually want to change their mindset, like especially if they're lazy in their nature anyway, the chance of them wanting to change their mindset and wanting to learn is rather low. So I'd be offering to help them out, but if they're not interested, they're not interested. And it'll just be more of my time I'm wasting in people that just don't want it and don't deserve it. If they're deserving and willing to learn, I'd be more than happy to help them. But if they're undeserving, unworking, then no, you just got to work on yourself as well. Helping others is important, but primarily you have to work on yourself. Focus on yourself.
Self-development. Okay. There we have it then, YouTube. Thank you all for listening. If you've reached this far into the podcast, then you can know that having a productive, proactive mindset really does help you. It really does help you grow as a person, grow as a human as well, as we've heard from Tarif's experiences. So guys, I hope you've enjoyed this podcast. Tarif, thank you very much for coming onto this podcast. It's been a pleasure.
Yep,
I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Obviously, this is a new thing, so you can see the equipment's still not there yet. I'm using a microphone from my brother's headset for the clear microphone quality. But in the future, maybe we see how it goes. We can maybe purchase some more microphones. But anyways, guys, if you've enjoyed it, please comment below that you've enjoyed it, and comment below who else you'd like to see, because there's been plenty of people on my channel since the beginning, and I could message any of them to come on and give a talk about their experiences and what they're up to in life now. So anyways, hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Be sure to like, subscribe and share, and peace.